Hello, my name is Michaela, and welcome to 40 things that you should be doing to prepare for back to school to have a successful start to the school year. This applies to whether you're a freshman or a returning student, high school or college, just things if you want to have a very organized, productive year that you should be doing before the start of the school year. I've decided to split this video up into two parts. One category is going to be personal, which is things that make you feel your best, more self-confident, and it's more lifestyle factors that will influence your level of stress during the school year, and will hopefully make your level of stress go down during the school year if you do these things. And the second category is academic. So these are things that are going to help you have a high GPA, help you to stay on top of your schoolwork, and to do better with your final exams. Before we begin, I just want to add that if you enjoy this video, if it helps you at all, don't forget to hit the like button below the video, and also don't forget to subscribe for more content, especially back to school content as we head into the new academic year. So starting off with the personal things that you should be working towards before your summer is over. First of all, a lot of this is going to be organization. So number one is make sure that your phone is organized. This means clearing up your memory, like deleting photos and clearing out apps on your homepage that you may not use anymore. Your laptop or iPad, depending on which device you use for school, is also going to need a lot of cleaning up. So there are several things that you can do for this. Make sure you go through your Google Drive or your Microsoft Suite, whatever it is that you use, and clear that out. Old documents you don't need anymore, blank PowerPoint slides that you just never even ended up using, things like that that don't need to be in your storage space. You should also clean up your desktop, delete any files you don't need, downloads, anything like that that's cluttering your work area on your laptop screen. It's also a good idea to clean out your email. I'm a hypocrite with this one. I've got thousands of emails in my inbox. A lot of them are unopened spam emails, so a couple things you can do to clean out your email is, first of all, delete things that you don't need, go through and archive things that you do need, sort them into folders, the things that you want to keep, and also unsubscribe from all of the emails you keep receiving that you don't want anymore. So the next thing you want to do is make sure that you have a stress-free way of getting ready, getting dressed in the morning. So you want to make sure your closet is cleaned out, go through any clothing that you can donate to charity, and also go out and get new clothing if you realize like, oh, you don't have any good clean white shirts and you need one of those. Also, you can do outfit planning. Make a list, you can digitalize it or write it all out, of potential outfits. Complete any forms that need to be done before school starts. This includes any medical forms, immunizations, doctor's permissions if you are doing a sport, also any financial aid forms you haven't done yet, consent forms to take a course, insurance forms, bills. Make sure you have all that paperwork out of the way. Get in the habit of waking up at a certain time. This one's so important to have a good sleep schedule, so make sure that you're going to bed at a proper time so that you can consistently wake up when you're going to need to wake up during the school year. So if you have an 8 a.m. class, make sure that you're waking up at a time during the end of your summer that would allow you to have enough time to get ready for that 8 a.m. class. Do some fast recipe planning. A lot of nights you might be busy and you don't have time to cook for yourself, so if you have a bunch of recipes at the ready that take 15 minutes or less to complete, write them out on index cards so that you can just access them quickly and find things without having to really browse through your cupboards. Write up a morning schedule for yourself. This includes even trivial things that you might do automatically, like making your bed, brushing your teeth, but just to kind of gauge how long you're going to need in the morning to get out of the house or out of your dorm on time. Organize your home desk. Make sure that this is clean, clutter-free, a just nice clear surface, because you're going to have a lot of books and notes spread out. Make some plans to get together with friends before the summer ends so you can stay connected with people that you want to hang out with, and then also make sure that your schedule stays free for time for new friends, because you don't know who you're going to meet, and hopefully in your classes you'll make some new friends that you're going to want to hang out with. Make sure that you have your hair at like a length that you want, in a style that you want, at a color you want. Just be feeling your best. Make a budget for yourself, so check how much you're going to be making each month, check how much you currently have in your savings, and then kind of balance that out with how much you're going to be spending each month, and even sort it into categories, so bills, food, outings, all these things you're going to have to be paying for. Now, if you're going to be driving to school, make sure that before the school year starts, your car is ready to go. Make sure that you have air in your tires, that your car is inspected, and that you don't need an oil change, because you don't want to be running late for school and then realize at the last moment that your check engine light is on. Cross-check your calendar with all your friends and your family. Make sure that there's not like your cousin's baby shower on a random weekend, that you're unaware of. So that way in your planner, as you're putting in all your homework and deadlines, you're aware of all the other events that you might want or need to attend. Write out all your goals for yourself, and this is very campy, I know it is, but if you honestly write out, not even necessarily affirmations, but things that you want to accomplish during this year, it can be very material or it can be more hypothetical. Either way, as long as you're just kind of setting out for yourself what you want to do, it'll help you to achieve those things. And finally, something that takes a while that you don't really want to do during the school year is updating your resume, so make sure that you do that before the school year starts. And that way, if the time comes up that you need to suddenly submit a contest or an organization or an internship, you'll have your resume at the ready. So those are all the personal things you're going to want to do, and hopefully that'll help you to feel more organized internally. But there's also a ton of things that you should be doing on the academic side to make sure that you're going to have the most productive year possible. And the first thing on that list is to make sure that you have your complete schedule finalized and written out. So this isn't just your classes. This is also going to include your extracurriculars, office hours, meetings that you might have, anything at all that's scheduled. Also deadlines that are on your syllabus, put those in. Start a new playlist on Spotify or Pandora, whatever music service you might use, to create like a study playlist. So include songs that you like right now, but also that you can listen to while focusing. And this doesn't have to even be music, because for me, if I'm really focusing on especially math problems, or if I'm reading, I can't listen to music at all because it distracts me, so I might listen to rain ambiance or wind, thunderstorms, that sort of thing. But just have a playlist of noise that you can listen to, so in case the background chatter around is too distracting and you need earbuds in, you've got something to listen to. Order all of your books, make sure you know what you're going to need for the upcoming semester or quarter, and that you have those ordered in time, that you'll have them before the first day. Order off cheap websites like eBay, hopefully you'll get more discounts than if you just buy them now. Now you're also going to want to get into a studying mode, and there are two things that you should be doing for this. The first is you want to self-study topics that you're not quite sure about. So if you're going to be taking a calculus class, for example, and you don't really feel like you know much about calculus, maybe you've forgotten since the last class you took in math, take some time to go online and learn about the topics in advance, so that way when it's introduced in the class, you'll feel at least a slight familiarity with it. Also, what you want to do is, if you're doing any continuing classes, like maybe you're taking Russian 2, or you're taking a continuing History of the Americas class, go through all of your old notes from the previous class that you took, like at the previous level, and make sure you're all caught up and very familiar with everything that you already learned that's relevant to that sequence of classes. Make sure you have your homework done for the first day of class. Almost every class I ever take in college, there is homework due on the first class, whether that's just a short reading or just some prep material, problems, things like that. There's always something. So make sure that you have that done in advance, and also you want to make a good impression. So when you do this homework, not only do it thoroughly, but make sure that you come up with questions and points to make, so that when there's a class discussion about it, you're ready to bring up something that's relevant that contributes to the class conversation. Get in a focusing mode, especially if you don't have to focus much during your summer job or something, and you feel like you haven't had to get into that frame of mind of really thinking hard during the summer. Then you're going to want to maybe read a book before school starts, because then you just get into the kind of thought pattern of analyzing what you're reading and thinking about, focusing for long periods of time, and also for focusing during distractions. So maybe your family's talking loudly around you. If you can read a book during that, it'll get you back into that sort of mindset of completing work, even when you have things around you that might make you want to look up and get distracted. On that same note, you might also want to get earplugs in advance, especially if music doesn't work for you while you're working. You need to have some sort of way to block out any noise that's unwanted. Map out your study plans in between classes. Where are you going to go? Let's say you've got an hour and a half between two classes. Maybe you'll grab food for some of that, but you might still have an extra 45 minutes. So figure out where you're going to go during that time, and also shake things up so that you're not going to the same cafe or library every single time. Also, map out a study plan for when your day is over. Figure out what works best for you. Are you most productive with your homework when you arrive home straight after school ends? Or is it best for you to work when it's dark out and everyone else has kind of gone to bed, or even in the early hours of the morning, way before your classes even start? Start using your phone less to prep for the school year. So there are several ways you can do this. You can shut off the color on your phone. I've seen people say that this helps them to scroll on TikTok less. Turn on your screen time to make sure you're aware of how much screen time you have each day and on average per week. You can also just turn on Do Not Disturb. This is a really simple and easy one that I have always done while studying for the LSAT, and that way I just don't even see my notifications as they pop up. Also, just make like a phone basket for yourself. If you know you need to study for the next hour and a half, designate a spot on the other side of the room to put your phone in, and tell yourself you can't touch your phone until the end of that study session. Make sure that all your stationery is ready, so you want to sharpen all of your old pencils, or get new pencils if you need them, mechanical pencils, and erasers if you need them. Also, anything that has ink, so your pens, also highlighters, markers, Sharpies, test those all out on a piece of paper and make sure that they're not dead, so that you have all nice clean markers and pens to use. Check your calculator as well, make sure that it's not dead. Also pack extra batteries to have with it so that you're never scrambling for a calculator, especially during a test. And then also just stock up on any other miscellaneous school supplies you might need, so make sure you have enough note cards, post-it notes, anything at all that you might need, the index tabs for your binder. Check your backpack, see what you need and what you don't need. Make self-imposed deadlines. So I already talked about putting in deadlines into your calendar for like friends, a friend's baby shower that they might have going on. You will also want to have self-imposed deadlines for your study schedule to keep you on track. So if you know that your final essay is due in 9 weeks, make sure you put a note in 7 weeks maybe to already have a plan and to start researching for that final essay. Make a note-taking plan so that you're not going to have some notes in folders, some in a binder, some loose leaf, and then some in a notebook. Make sure that you've got a method. So maybe you have have a certain color notebook for every single class, or a certain folder color for every single class. Or if they're online, make sure that you have your folders prepared on Google Drive, for example. Keep some notes and readings on your phone. This is really important because there are a lot of times I find myself somewhere where I didn't expect to be held up, but I am held up. Maybe I'm riding in the car with someone and we get stuck in a traffic jam. You never know when you're gonna have free time, and you don't want to just be stuck there with nothing to do except for scroll through social media. So make sure that you have something productive on your phone to work on in case you find yourself in a situation like that you can review notes or reading. Organize and know what you're going to need to have for each class. So review the time that the classes are meeting, the emails of the professors, the office hours, everything that's on the syllabus. Just make sure that you are Of course, you want to pack your backpack, make sure that's clean on the inside, and make sure that you have everything you need. So this is hygiene, snacks, school supplies, anything at all that you might want in your backpack. And then finally, make sure that you're checking your requirements before the school year starts to ensure that you're on track. This includes making a meeting with your advisor. Even returning students, you should have a meeting planned with your advisor just to check in before the school year. I feel like I blew through these. Hopefully it was 40, because that would be embarrassing if I counted wrong. But I hope that this helps you to feel ready for the school year and like you can get a really good start for back to school. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with all your classes.